What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Kevin with Optimized Essentials, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about semen retention and why you should stop wasting your semen. Now, for all the guys who are watching this who may or may have not done NoFap and semen retention before, I want you to really listen up, okay? There's about 5 things that I wrote down that I want to share with you that will forever change your life if you take them seriously and if you truly, genuinely have an experience with it, okay? A lot of guys who do NoFap and semen retention who have not tasted the power that comes with it, and trust me, there is a lot of power that comes to it because it's a practice, right? The same way you work out, the same way you do jujitsu, boxing, some people will get better results than others. Some people will not get results. Some people will not feel the benefits at all, right? And in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what I mean by this, okay? So buckle your seatbelts, take a deep breath, stay until the end of the video. Don't be a little bitch, finish, and let's get going, okay? So the very first thing I want to talk about when it comes down to why you should stop wasting your semen is because of sexual desire and sexual energy, okay? Now, let's think about what the average guy does with his semen, with his sexual energy. The moment he feels sexual desire, the moment he feels lust, that dragon, right? Sees that beautiful Instagram model or sees that attractive girl that provokes him online or sees some stuff on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the reels, whatever it is, where the girl is clearly trying to provoke the guy with her skimpy thong and, booty shorts or yoga pants. There was a funny meme that I'm sure all guys can relate to where the girl, where it wasn't a girl, but it was like, look at my new shoes. And, sticking her ass out. Like, bitch, please. Come on. You're trying to show us your tits. We get it. But most guys, when they're provoked online and they do not understand how to transmute that sexual energy, or at least tame the dragon, I say, right? I'm not afraid of the dragon. I want to ride the dragon. I want to tame the dragon because I know that the dragon will take me places. Woo-wee! You should comment that down below if you know what I'm talking about. Instead of being scared of the sexual dragon, the dragon of sexual desire, I encourage men to tame it. In fact, ride it, because this sexual desire, this sexual energy, this sexual dragon, when harnessed, will seriously take you to the next level in life, okay? So the very first thing I want to talk about is from Napoleon Hill. And he says, sex desire is the strongest of all human desires, okay? Think about that. Think about the validity behind what he says, okay? Now, obviously, there's hunger, right? But most people can go a day or two without hunger or, in the presence of food versus a beautiful girl, which one prevails? Obviously, the beautiful girl, right? So he says this, when driven by this desire, men develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. So strong and impelling is the desire for sexual contact that men freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge in it. Now, just a quick example is think of Tiger Woods, right? The golfer, the pro golfer who had like a bunch of problems with his sexual life. When harnessed and redirected along other lines, this motivating force maintains all of its attributes of keenness of imagination, courage, etc., which may be used as powerful creative forces in literature, art, or in any other profession, calling, including, of course, the accumulation of riches. Now, in my master class, which is 2 hours long for any of you guys don't have trouble focusing, I don't know, maybe half of the guys already clicked off of this video, so if you're still here, good job. But in the master class that I shared, I came up with a lot of examples of guys, highly successful individuals, right? Whether you like Jake Paul or not, he did semen retention for his boxing. A lot of boxers, Muhammad Ali, right, was a person who engaged in semen retention, sexual transmutation, right? Potentially even LeBron James. High-level boxers, high-level fighters. A lot of them have claimed to do NoFap and semen retention and sexual transmutation before getting into a fight. So there's a lot of high-level people who understand this information and use it to their advantage, okay? So if you want to get ahead in life and you see the validity behind what I'm saying, behind sexual transmutation, there's a reason why Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich, which sold over what? How many millions? We'll find out right now. How many millions of Think and Grow Rich has been sold? Early printing of this classic bestseller, which has sold over 100 million copies. Okay, now obviously some people are like, "Oh, he's a con artist, or he's a scammer," or stuff like. There's always going to be that one guy in the corner who's trying to tear down people's shit, right? But he sold over 100 million copies, and the reason why, right? There's a reason why he incorporated the mystery of sex transmutation in his book, right? One, it's not a mystery for the guy. It's a mystery for the guys who want to investigate, which is what I did, right? But it's also not a mystery in the sense that the yogis, the people in the past, have practiced this information for thousands of years, long before his book came along, right? The practice of brahmacharya, practice of celibacy, transmuting sexual energy into a higher purpose, into, spiritual growth and advancement. The power of semen retention, the power of sexual transmutation, the power of harnessing your sexual energy and then turning it into something better has been long practiced from ages, from the sages of the past, but it has been used as a form of alchemy, okay? The reason why most guys do not experience the level of power that they have, and I'm not saying that it's a end all be all, meaning if you don't do semen retention, don't do nofap, you'll never be successful. That's not true, okay? There are a lot of guys out there who do fap off maybe every day or multiple times a week, or have a sexual partner, or aren't doing semen retention, and they're highly successful, okay? I'm not saying this is the case for everyone, but what I'm saying to you is when you practice this properly, there is without a doubt in my mind that you will experience higher levels of hunger, higher levels of drive, higher levels of magnetism, sexual attraction from other people, higher levels of vigor and vitality, higher levels of masculinity that is unbeknownst to other times to other men, right? Meaning you will achieve a level of success, a level of drive, a level of hunger that you would not have otherwise had you not practiced semen retention, okay? I would go as far to argue the people who are successful, who aren't doing nofap and semen retention, they would be even more successful if they knew of these principles and practiced the art of semen retention. Okay, so that first point that I wanted to talk about, which we just covered, was Napoleon Hill says sex desire is the strongest of all human desires, and if we know that and we keep that in the back of our mind, and we understand what doing sexual transmutation and doing semen retention will do to you, then you're going to be in for a wild surprise. Okay, so the easiest way I like to articulate this point so that everyone can understand sexual transmutation, or at least what holding in your nut or not ejaculating can do for you, is this. Think about what happens when you're hungry. Okay, what happens when you have that desire to eat? I'm hungry. My body is physically hungry. What happens? What does the state of hunger do to you? For some people, it makes them hangry, right? You're hungry and you're angry at the same time. Now, this has happened to me multiple times before. Meaning I've come home from the gym and, there was once where my brother ate my food, right? Accidentally. I mean, he didn't know. He just ate what I had planned. I hate it when people fuck with my plans, right? Let's say I have some kale left or have some bananas left, and this is my post-workout smoothie. I fucking hate it, especially when my parents were here, when they just ate my food without letting me know. So it's I come home, I'm hungry, and then there's no fucking bananas, there's no kale for me to make my smoothie, and I go literally berserk, right? The blood sugar is low, I'm hungry, I'm angry, and I'm going off on everyone. So this has happened, a handful of times, not too many, but a good amount of times, or just coming home and not having food right away, your blood sugar is low and you get hangry, right? So you go from hungry to angry, right? Or the hunger of not getting food in your body just causes you to look up shit online, go find food places to get some food, right? And that desire, right, that state of being hungry, impels you to take action, okay? That's just an easy way to understand it. Now, the third thing I wanted to talk about is if we extrapolate that point a little bit further, right? So, and we think about what I just talked about in terms of being hungry. Think about what happens now if you consciously choose to be hungry, meaning you're consciously choosing to fast, right? What happens when you consciously choose to fast? What happens to your body when it's fasting? Well, first in the beginning, right, you're probably not going to be as hangry because you're consciously choosing to abstain from food, right? To not eat, to starve yourself. Well, your body will get hungry, yes, but you'll be aware of it because you're doing it from a higher level. But then after a while, let's say you've did intermittent fasting for a while and you built up to it. Well, your body is naturally going to break down its own cells. It's going to eat itself. It's going to break down the cells that aren't, performing, or the weaker cells, or it's going to clean up the shit in the body because it has nothing else to do but to break down its own cells for energy, right? So it'll start to use the fat. It might start to use the cells that aren't functioning properly. It's called autophagy, right? And what does this do? This increases your longevity. This increases your health. This increases your vitality. Maybe your skin starts to look better. Maybe your organs finally start to get to rest, right? It's because you're not taking in a form of energy or poisoning yourself with toxic shit. And now your body finally has a time to clean itself out. So once you understand that when you're hungry, it causes you to do something, or when you're hungry and you're doing it in a form of fasting, or you're doing it for Ramadan, or you're doing it for a higher form of practice, like fasting to pray to God and whatnot, you're doing it from a higher level of perspective. Well, now you imbue your body mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, different realms of possibility from one activity, right? There's the hungry that you get from just, I don't have food, right? That's the one level. And then the next level is I'm consciously choosing to starve myself. Not my body's cleaning itself out. It's breaking itself down so that it could rebuild and repair whatever it needs to repair, right? And that's the next level. And then maybe during that time, you're sacrificing it so you can get closer to God, right? And my theory, right, little quick side note, is that when people are fasting, what they're doing is they're emptying themselves. They're purifying their bodies. They're purifying their vibrational frequency. Now, the most I've ever fasted was like about 2 days in a row. And I shit you not, most people who fasted can understand this. The level of well-being, the level of bliss, the level of joy, the level of tranquility that you experience when you're fasting is unlike anything else. And why is this? It's because your body doesn't have to process all the shit, right, that you're eating, right? Food is information, okay? The easiest way to understand this is when you drink coffee, there's an effect it has on your body. When you drink tea, there's an effect that it has on your body, right? When you eat kale, when you eat spinach, when you eat veggies, you might not know it consciously, but it's having an effect on your body, okay? That's why if you eat magic mushrooms, which is more noticeable, like psychedelics, it's going to have an effect on your body. So every single ingredient that you eat is information, okay? And every information, every molecule that goes into your body signals to your body to do a certain function, right? Think about that, right? Lion's mane, you don't get hallucinations, but that causes an effect on your body. When you take rhodiola, when you take adaptogens, what's the reishi or the Indian ginseng, ashwagandha, right? What is that doing? That's having an effect on your body. So when you're constantly eating a bunch of shit or just a bunch of even good food, each one of those molecules are telling your body a certain information, right? It's telling your body to do a certain thing, or it's telling the cells within your body to do a certain thing. So when you stop inputting stuff into your body, now you get drunk on your own cells. You get drunk on your own beingness, right? Your own consciousness, the purity of mind, right? Because there's nothing in the body. When the body is pure, the mind is pure. When the mind and body is pure, the conscious, the spirit is pure, right? So I felt the highest levels of vigor and vitality and just bliss. I don't know how to explain it. I was just happy for no reason, right? Because there was nothing going on in my body. It was clean, clear, calm, right? So that's what I wanted to share about fasting and being hungry. But if we extrapolate that, into semen retention, which is the fourth thing what I want to talk about, is this, right? So think about what happens when people feel horny, right? What happens? Well, people feel horny. They find a website, right? They get an erection. They find a website. They wank the meat, right? And then what do? They ejaculate and they discharge this buildup of life force within their body, or this arousal of life force, this jing, right? In the Chinese tradition, they call it jing. They discharge energy from their body, right? So when you get horny, you get an erection. What is that? That's charge, right? Think of it like a positive ion. You're a positive cell, right? You're positive. You want to give off something. You're a positive ion, right? And then once you have discharged, what happens? You become a negative ion. Now, for those science nerds who are like, oh, you're using that incorrectly. Whatever, man. People get my point, right? You're a positive ion, you ejaculate, you're a negative ion. So when you're horny, it's synonymous to I'm hungry, right? Some people will eat even when they're not hungry, meaning people will just ejaculate when they're not horny, like they're not feeling sexual desire. They're just provoking their body to get horny by thinking of shit or going on porn sites and then just making themselves horny, right? That's like eating for the sake of eating because you're getting pleasure out of it. And what happens to those people? Well, they get fat. They get obese. They have a six-pack of jelly rolls, okay? They have their belly hanging over their waistline. They can't see their penis. Sad. The human body, right? Like the amount of muscles that you can grow, the amount of athletic build that your body can handle, it's like driving a Toyota versus driving a Ferrari. God has gifted us with the power, with the ability to design a body that is like a supercar, right? It's like a Bugatti, as Andrew Tate would like to call it, right? But most people are missing out on this, which is why I'm trying to share this information of the power of semen retention, okay? So we talk about most people when they feel horny, they feel that energy build up. What do they want to do? They want to discharge that energy, right? But what I'm telling you to do here is to retain that energy. Allow that charge to stay within inside of your body so that you become more radiant, more magnetic, more charming, more sexually attractive, more masculine, more everything, because there's more energy of you within your body, okay? Think about that. Semen is potential, so stop wasting it. And for all of you guys who are still on this video and you're enjoying it, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, help boost the algorithm, subscribe to my channel if you want more, okay? So the second part of this, the second point of the fourth point that I want to make is what happens when you consciously choose to retain your semen, right? What happens when you consciously choose to abstain from sex, from no fap, from not fapping off, from not watching porn? Well, what happens? Well, now you have a buildup of life force energy or sexual energy. For some of you guys don't understand, it's kind of the same thing. When life force energy builds up within your body, generally you'll feel it at the lower chakra centers first, which is the foundation of our being. The root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus. These are the lower three energy centers of the lower self. As you ascend spiritually and you tap into your heart and you activate the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra, well, now you become a fully integrated, fully awakened human being. Now, for all of you guys who think this is woo-woo, this is not for you, fuck out of here anyways, okay? Get my course, the free sexual transmutation course. I dive into this a little bit deeper, right? Our chakra centers are tied to our endocrine glands, okay? So for all of you guys who think it's like woo-woo or think it's spiritual, demonic work, right? Some Christians have commented on my post about, oh, the chakra system, it's the devil's work, right? It's demonic. It's doorway to the devils. Well, bro, you have to understand that each gland correlates to each chakra center correlates to a specific gland, okay? Your cells have bioelectricity. Your organs have bioelectricity, okay? The same way there's like 7 planetary planets, or there's 7, what was it called? 7 colors within the rainbow. There is like a microcosm within the macrocosm. So I don't want to go too deep into this, but I already created a video that kind of went a little bit deeper in it. If you haven't checked it out, it's called The Dangers of NoFap and Semen Retention, or at least how NoFap and semen retention ironically can cause prostate cancer if you're doing it incorrectly. But in that video, I talk about bioelectricity, biomagnetism, the auras and whatnot. So for all of you guys who want to dive a little bit deeper in terms of that, check that out. But okay, let's get back to the point. So when you're consciously choosing to retain your sexual energy, what happens, right? When you have an abundance of sexual energy built up within your body, you can transmute that energy, right? Instead of discharging it, what you could do is you can raise that energy up. You can bring it into your higher energy centers. You can expand the energy within your body, permeate all the cells within your body, because you have to understand that creative energy, sexual energy, life force energy exists within all of us. The reason why people get horny or feel sexual desire is because that is an arousal with the life force energy, right? Think about that. What happens when you see a beautiful girl? Well, that's your body letting you know it's, right? It's vibrating. It's, right? The peacock sees the peahen, vibrates the feather because it wants to procreate. Sexual energy, sexual desire is the way life motivates itself to move forward. If you did not have sexual desire, how could life procreate? If you didn't have desire in general, right? We wouldn't really want to do anything. So when you have an abundance of sexual energy within your body and you know how to transmute that sexual energy, what you're doing is you're allowing that energy to express itself in different ways. Now, on a physical sense, in terms of your body, right? This can cause you to have higher levels of vigor and vitality. This can cause you to have higher levels of hormones, right? There's actually studies out there that talk about when you abstain from masturbating or you abstain from ejaculating, right? Your body has more energy on board to do other processes, similar to when you're fasting. And now your body doesn't have to worry about processing the food and metabolizing. It now has energy to distribute to do other things, right? So when you have an abundance of semen or sexual energy within your body, because it's not constantly leaking out, and if you don't remember or don't realize, your body's most expensive process is creating semen, okay? In the Ayurvedic system, the reproductive organs, seminal fluid and vaginal fluid, is the last layer of the body. Meaning from food, I believe it goes to, I have it right here. We'll read this too, right? So there's food, blood comes flesh comes fat comes bone comes marrow, out of marrow comes semen. So the last layer of the body is semen. So when you're constantly blowing your load, you have to understand you're extracting the deepest reservoirs of energy from your body, which is why a lot of guys feel anxious, stressed, depressed, and they don't even know why. It's because you're constantly blowing your load and then you're not getting enough high quality nutrients to fund this process. The amount of nutrients within your semen has so much potential, so much power, because your body's like, we're trying to replicate, so I need to extract the best ingredients from our body as a mini form of us to put into this semen so that when it gets inside of the seed, it can replicate. So all of your genetic material, all of the nutrients within your body, not all, but a good amount of it gets put into this semen. Semen is potential. So when you're wasting your semen, you're wasting your potential. Woo-wee! If you like that, you should comment down below. If you're wasting your semen, you're wasting your potential, because semen is potential life force. It's potential life. If you mix it with an egg, it's going to become a baby, right? So when you're harnessing this sexual energy, right? I talk about, instead of getting an erection, right? Right? Erection. You get an erect dash shen. Okay, in the Chinese tradition, there's Jing, Qi, and then Shen. Jing is the densest form of energy, okay? Qi is the fluid form of energy. Shen, spirit, is the expansive energy, right? Think of it in terms of water, right? Ice is the densest form of water. Liquid, right? Water is the fluid form, which is Qi, like Qigong, breathing in Qi, prana, right? And then Shen, your spirit, is like steam. Ass. I was going to say ass. No, not ass. Gas, right? Air. Expansion, right? Jing, ice. Qi, water. Shen, steam. Air, etheric, right? What does it do? What happens when water evaporates? It's still in the air. You just can't really see it, right? So it goes from Jing, densest form of energy, to Qi to Shen. So when you have an abundance of Jing within your body, you have an abundance of Qi, we're also going to have an abundance of Shen, spirit. That's why people become spiritual or have higher levels of spiritual development when they're practicing celibacy or monk mode. It's because they have more life force energy within their body, aka Shen. That's why I say erect Shen instead of getting an erection, right? Literally hard dick, you have an erect Shen. Okay, hope that makes sense. And then the fifth and final thing that I wanted to share is that when you retain your semen, when you're doing semen retention and then you do sexual transmutation, instead of being sexually frustrated, if you're doing sexual transmutation properly, instead of being sexually frustrated, which I can attest to before I learned about this information, and my energy was stuck in the lower energy centers, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, just like the ego, right? The individual me, right? It goes from we as in us, to all of humanity, right? So when it's just focused on yourself, you're stuck in the lower energy centers, and you only care about yourself, your own individual ego identity needs, you become sexually frustrated. That's why most guys are like animals when it comes down to OnlyFans, finding finding girls online to bust a nut to, watching pornography. When you're only focused on the individualistic needs of your body, of yourself, you become sexually frustrated. When you do semen retention, and you do NoFap, and then when you do sexual transmutation properly, you transmute this sexual energy, you go from sexually frustrated to successfully frustrated, okay? That's powerful. Think about that. Instead of being sexually frustrated all the time, like, oh, I got to find a girl to bust a nut from, you become successfully frustrated, okay? Right now, I am successfully frustrated. I no longer have a burning desire or strong sexual urges or crazy, like, oh, I gotta find a girl to fuck, right? In the past, that was me. I wanted to find a girlfriend. When I first did NoFap and semen retention, my goal was to get a girlfriend to have sex with consistently. And I got that. I actually achieved that goal. In the video, sexual or NoFap and semen retention will get you a girlfriend, I talk about that. That was my experience, right? I've had sex in the past before, but they were only like one night stands. I wanted to get a girlfriend so I can consistently have sex, right? So when I did NoFap and semen retention, I finally attracted a girl that we ended up being together for a year, and it worked, right? But instead of being sexually frustrated, when you do NoFap, semen retention, and sexual transmutation properly, okay, you will become successfully frustrated, meaning your desires for sexual gratification and sexual expression will automatically be converted into how can I get ahead in my career? How can I get ahead in my profession? How can I become better? How can I develop a skill set? The desire for sex becomes desire for success, okay? That's why so many guys, high-level athletes, high-level professions, they've practiced this on the down low, right? A lot of them abstain from sex or use the desire to please a woman, a desire to get sex from a woman, desire to look good in front of the woman, to feel their endeavors, their mission, their purpose, what they're trying to accomplish in life, okay? And that's why I want you to stop wasting your semen, okay? Now, we're almost there, okay? Think about what happens if you have the most powerful form of desire, feeling your endeavors, okay? If sexual desire, as we mentioned in the first point, is the strongest of all human desires, when you convert that sexual desire into something else, and you have the most strongest, most powerful desire feeling your ass or lighting a fire under you, what would that do for you? Well, for most guys, that will allow them to achieve greater heights, greater senses of achievement, or have higher levels of achievement. As Napoleon Hill says, right? Sex transmutation will lift a man into the state of genii. It will help them unlock their inner genius. And I do believe deep down inside, every guy has a seed of greatness, right? Not every guy will fulfill that because it takes the proper nutrients, the proper environment, literal physical nutrients, what you eat, what you put into your body, mental and emotional nutrients, what you feed into your mind, spiritual nutrients, right? Practices, spiritual practices, doing breath work, meditating, right? Doing different disciplines. It takes the right amount of nutrients in order for that seed of greatness to flower. But sexual transmutation, sexual semen retention, right? That right there is one of the shortcuts you can use to feel that endeavor because you have more life force energy within your body wanting to express itself. And if you transmute that properly, you have more vigor and vitality, more oomph, more man juice flowing through you to achieve all the goals that you want. Okay. Now, before we finish with a quote, I want to let you know, for all of you guys who are into this topic and you're watching 30 minutes in, that means you deep down inside, you know what I'm saying. There's some truth behind what I'm saying. I'm pushing some buttons, right? There's some resonance. There's some truth that is resonating within your body. I want you to check out my course, Sexual Manifestation. You could get the free version, right, at sexualmanifestation.com/free course to learn about sexual transmutation, what it is, how it works, why it creates more magnetism in your body, how it plays out in nature. But for those guys who are serious about learning this information on a deeper level, check out my full course, Sexual Manifestation. It's a 20-hour long program, okay? Meaning if you're serious about mastering your sexual urges, learning the nutrition that comes with having the highest levels of testosterone hormones in your body, learning how to do breath work to transmute your sexual urges, learning how to program your subconscious mind, learning how to increase your masculinity, then please get that program. I promise you, it will be one of the best investments you'll make in your life, okay? Instead of wasting your money, instead of wasting your money on junk food and buying stupid shit, invest that money into yourself. Invest that money into knowledge. Improve yourself. Work on yourself. Because once you learn this information, it will compound over time. So even though it might be a few $100s, right? Think of it as you're investing in yourself, which is the ultimate form of investment. This information will have compound interest in the amount of results that you get, and the way your skin looks, and the way your energy comes off, and the way you present yourself, project yourself. The list goes on and on. Okay, so check out the course, Sexual Manifestation. If you're not ready to invest, get the free version. Check out the masterclass. Join my Facebook group, Sexual Transmutation Mastery. And yeah, if you have memes, please post them. I love watching memes. And that's about it. Did I miss anything? No, that should be good. Yeah, free course. Check out the full course, masterclass, Facebook group, and then, yeah, that's it. Oh, coaching. If you want to work with me one-on-one, check out my coaching, apply for coaching. That's for serious individuals only. Okay, so with that being said, let's finish with this quote by Swami Sivananda. Some of you guys might have already heard this before, but here it goes. Okay, my dear brothers, the vital energy, the virya that supports your life, which is the prana of pranas, which shines in your sparkling eyes, which beams in your shining cheeks, is a great treasure for you. Now, virya or vital energy is, in a sense, semen, right? Seminal fluid, sexual energy. Remember this point well. Virya is the quintessence of blood. One drop of semen is manufactured out of 40 drops of blood. Mark here how valuable this fluid is. A tree draws the essence or rasa from the earth, right? The roots. This essence is circulated throughout the tree, its twigs, branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. The shining colors and life in the leaves, flowers, and fruits are due to the rasa, meaning when that tree extracts the rasa from the earth, the nutrients from the earth, it gives color, it gives life to the leaves, the flowers, the fruits, and the tree, right? Similarly, the virya that is manufactured by the cells of the testes out of blood gives color and vitality to the human body and its different organs. Now, this is why people talk about getting the glow, right? The glow that you get, the aura, the magnetism, the magnetic field that you create from having more sexual energy, more seminal fluid, more jing within your body is because of this, okay? According to Ayurveda, semen is the last dhatu that is formed out of food. Out of food is manufactured chyle. Out of chyle comes blood. Out of blood comes flesh. Out of flesh comes fat. Out of fat comes bone. Out of bone comes marrow. Out of marrow comes semen. These are the sapta, or the 7 dhatus that support this life and body. Mark here how precious semen is. It is the last essence. It is the essence of essences. The virya that comes out of the very marrow, bone marrow, that lies concealed inside the bones, okay? Now let me kind of elaborate that in a little bit, okay? Is one drop of semen really 40 drops of blood? I don't know. I don't know if that's a scientific fact. But I do know, right? What I can assure you is semen is definitely more valuable than blood. Your body has an easier time reproducing, or at least rebuilding lost blood, meaning if I took some blood from you, right? If we drew out some blood, if we extracted some blood from your body, a pint or whatever, because your blood donations, your body will have a much easier job or much easier way of coming up with more blood than it does producing semen, okay? And you could test this out by comparing how you feel after you get your blood drawn versus how you feel after busting your nut maybe 2 or 3 times consecutively within a day, right? But what he's talking about here is similarly to how a tree draws rasa, right, from the earth, right? It takes up the nutrients. It's the same way our brain, our body, our nervous system can extract chi from the jing, right? It extract the chi from the jing and increase our shen from our seminal fluid, our energy, our deepest form of energy, jing from the body. And the easiest way to understand this, if it's woo-woo for some of you guys, is sexual energy, semen energy, is at the end of the day just life force, okay? When there's more life force energy flowing through you, you have a stronger magnetic field. You have a stronger energetic field. You have a stronger aura. Think of a baby and then think of an adult male. Who has more life force energy? Well, obviously, the adult male, because the adult has a larger body, it has more muscle, it has more cells, right? The cells within the body of the adult human, if he's healthy or she, there's more, the organs are larger, there's just more within the adult human because it's fully formed versus the baby. So when you have more life force energy within your body, you have a stronger magnetic field, you have a stronger aura, you have a stronger energetic field because there is just simply more life force energy within your body, which is why it's so important to stop wasting your semen, okay? If you waste your semen and you eat shitty food and you don't have enough nutrients on board to replenish that, you're going to be low level, low vibe, you're going to be depleted, depressed, stressed, anxious, stressed, and all the above, okay? Now, I beat this point over and over again, but it doesn't matter what I say until you've experienced this yourself. If you want to find the research, find the science, you become the science. You become the research. Take a note of how you feel mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, right? When you're jacking off, right? Multiple times a day, force yourself to ejaculate 2 to 3 times a day, so much so that your dick feels raw, it feels like it's in pain, right? Most guys can understand when they bust a nut too much or wink their dick off too much, their dick feels raw, right? Notice how you feel there. Notice how people react to you. Really pay attention to your body, your energetic body, through meditation, awareness, consciousness, and then get on NoFap and semen retention for a minimum of 2 weeks, ideally at least 1 month. And I assure you, I guarantee you that how you feel when you're busting a nut 2 to 3 times a day versus how you feel when you're charged up with sexual energy, charged up with semen, is going to be completely different, okay? So don't worry about, oh, what's the research, right? Oh, I don't find it, people say masturbating is healthy. Whatever. You be the research, experiment on this, try it out for yourself, and know that there is truth behind semen retention, okay? So with all that being said, guys, the message is this: stop wasting your semen, stop wasting your sexual energy, transmute that sexual desire, transmute that sexual energy into something better. And if you have trouble doing that, check out my course, Sexual Manifestation. Check out the free version. I will teach you exactly how to do that through breathing techniques, through the best diet that you can eat so that you have the highest levels of hormone, training principles so that you can get lean and shredded so that you can build an aesthetic body, how to program your subconscious mind, how to develop your masculinity, how to balance out your chakras, right? If this calls out to you, invest in yourself. Stop wasting money on stupid shit. Stop wasting money on porn, drugs, video games, alcohol, weed, whatever it is that you buy, and invest the fraction of your paycheck into yourself so that you can become a better man. And with this, I conclude the video. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.